And now, Brandon Thick Boy Schaub.
Well, good morning, kids. We are not live today. Your boy has back-to-back pods. So we're kicking this one off early on this rainy ass Monday. It is pouring here in Los Angeles. Flood warnings all up in the news. The studio here is wet. Whenever it rains, it gets wet. The studio gets wet. It's a problem. We complain. They don't care. So we got to take our equipment home. That's just the way it goes. It rains, studio's going to get wet. But as my dad says, whenever there's rain, we need it. That's what Dad say, man. We need it. I'm glad to have you guys. Thanks for tuning in. We're just building up to the big UFC 290. Was it 7?
98.
298. That's all we're waiting for. You have a pretty tasty fight night. Way better than last Saturday's fight night. This fight night is pretty tasty. But this episode of the Schaub Show on this rainy morning is brought to you by the one, the only DraftKings. And if you're looking for a super offer from Super Bowl 58, look no further. My friends at DraftKings Sportsbook got you covered. New customers can bet on the big game and turn $5 into $200 instantly in bonus bets. I like to do the prop bets myself. You can do Christian McCaffrey over 75 yards, more than one touchdown, Kittle scoring a touchdown. I like to play those games, and you can also bet on Patrick Mahomes over 250 yards. I like to parlay those instead of just betting on one team. Makes the games funner to watch. So if you're down to make some buckaroos and watch the Super Bowl, download the DraftKings Sportsbook app right now. Use the code SCHAUBSHOW, SCHAUB show. New customers can bet $5 to get $200 instantly in bonus bets. Only on DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the Super Bowl 58 with the code SCHAUBSHOW. The crown is yours.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER, or in West Virginia, visit www.1800gambler.net. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly. On behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort in Kansas, 21 plus, age varies by jurisdiction, void in Ontario. Bonus bets expire 168 hours after issuance. See dkng.com/football for eligibility and deposit restriction terms and responsible gaming resources.
Yes, I like the energy, Case.
The energy.
Casey's been a little sick.
Oh, yeah.
Me and Casey had to carpool today. Like some adults. Carpooling, dude. Casey had to pick me up from the crib.
Yeah, I was like, don't you have more cars than anybody I know? How come you need a ride?
Your boy's an idiot, and waiting to get the TRX back. We should have news on that this week. So that was the dad mobile in the rain and every other thing out here. And my other two cars have race slicks on them because I'm a moron. I like to drive fast, but race slicks can't go in the rain, so you can't drive. So Papa needed a ride this morning. Carpooled. It was nice.
Yeah. You like the Jetta, though. You like my Jetta.
I dig the Jetta. Quality car. Reliable. I grew up in a Jetta. My Aunt Nubby had a Jetta to pick me up from school, so it brings back good memories. They're safe, reliable. You know, it's just, you know.
Isn't Volkswagen Porsche too? Are
they own
related?
Porsche.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, Volkswagen owns, a ton of it. Yeah.
So you're saying I basically have a Porsche? Is
Basically.
that what you're saying, Shin?
Basically.
Sure. Same thing. A little different.
Toyota Lexus. Yeah.
Yeah, same thing. Fight week wise, the biggest news would be not in the MMA world, be in the boxing world. Tyson Fury has suffered a cut over his right eye, which tends to happen to fighters that for their job, one of the requirements is you spar and get punched in the face, and sometimes this happens. Now, I find it fascinating, but just the way the world works, people think Tyson Fury did this on purpose. You know how stupid you have to be to think Tyson Fury, the best boxer on planet Earth, purposely cut himself. And when you think about this, let's go through the logistics of this. So you think he took a knife and took it to his right eye and cut himself. That is insane. He is a multi-time world champion, undefeated, and he has no reason to be that scared of Usyk. That is absolutely bonkers. And if it was on the other end, if Usyk was the guy who did this, then the Tyson Fury fans like, oh, you just don't want to fight him. You're scared. There's nothing worse when people say this fighter's scared of insert this fighter. That is ridiculous. That is not the case. That's fun. It's fun. It'll get your clicks. It'll get the people going, but it's all just noise. Of course, Tyson Fury expected this. You see this? It's like, oh, just say you're scared already. Okay. Yeah, Tyson Fury's scared of another man in boxing. So he does for a job. It's just, it's something to say. If you don't like him, he gives you something to, do for the day to hate on Tyson Fury, but just, it's so amateur. It's just so stupid. So stupid. He looked like he was in phenomenal shape, too.
Yeah. And so he was apparently cut by an elbow during sparring. So.
Which is weird because the footage they show, he stops it there. I didn't see the elbow. Did you?
Yeah, in the slow motion, you can kind of see
Can
the
you?
elbow slicing. Yeah.
He tells him right away, like, stop it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Right here, slow mo.
Oh, a straight elbow. Yeah. Damn.
He does say stop.
Damn, dog. This ain't Muay Thai. Yeah, it's a bummer. It happens. It sucks. The fight's pushed to May, they said.
May 10th, I think.
But
May 18.
yeah, this is interesting because they had a clause in place that anybody that pulls out has to pay $10 million in penalty fees.
Yeah, the advisor for Saudi Arabia.
I wonder if he's going to hold his feet to the fire with that. I wonder, but are they just going to take out of his purse, out of his $50-60 million purse, which is a big, which is weird because I can understand if he pulled out due to, some random stuff like I'm just not ready or, but a cut and we have video of the cut. I mean, how can you fault the guy? What are you going to do? Would you rather have him fight and then the fight gets stopped in the second round due to the blood running to his eyes?
And he almost got stopped before by the other guy, Wallen.
Yeah.
Remember? It was like super.
Yeah,
he
man.
got cut and
That's
it almost
an
got
issue.
stopped.
Yeah, it's an issue.
And Ariel Helwani is the one that actually did like
he broke the news.
Last minute like interview with them. So
Yeah, that was dope.
yeah.
But the fight just gets pushed to May.
Which is better, you said, for
Better for Fury. Yeah. Now, do I think he was going to fight next weekend? Absolutely. Is it better if you're a Fury fan and got pushed? Yeah. Although he looks like phenomenal shape for him.
Mm-hmm.
Phenomenal shape.
Yeah.
He looks good there. Small legs, but
He's a giant, though.
yeah, he's a giant. And then Francis tweeted, was like, so does that mean me versus Joshua's for the undisputed championship? It's like, no.
And that's his meme that he did, which is
That's
pretty funny.
hilarious. So me and Joshua for the undisputed title March 8th? That's hilarious.
Yeah. And he used that Kevin James meme that's been like blowing up like crazy lately.
That's great.
Mm-hmm.
What else you got, Jen?
Oh, let's go. Want to cover the fights that just happened over the last.
Yeah, did you
on
watch
Saturday.
these?
I did.
Yeah, some fun knockouts. Your boy Randy Brown did work.
Yeah.
And then Molly got the arm bar
Dude, she
and the
snapped her
50K bonus. Yeah, good for her, man. I'm a fan of her. She needed that win so bad. But yeah, your boy Renato had some.
Moicano?
Yeah, had
He's
some,
so funny, dude.
Yeah, he's interesting.
Yeah.
His dad he has a little brother coming.
Yeah. At 62 years old, he impregnated his, I guess, girlfriend, wife, or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The main event was interesting.
It was.
Imavov with the eye pokes, the headbutts, the legal kicks.
Yeah.
He did beat the brakes off Roman, though.
Chris Curtis, you saw that in the middle of the round,
Yeah.
rounds, like they were going back and forth, Imavov and Chris Curtis. Yeah.
Them
and then-
talking stuff to each other.
Yeah. And Chris posted this. He
4
said-
eye pokes, 2 headbutts, and kicking a down opponent. What a time to be alive. Yeah, it's tough.
And Chris and him went to like a no contest because of a headbutt issue
Yeah.
prior. But yeah, but that girl that got her arm snapped by Molly McCann, apparently there's no broken bones, but there's most likely torn ligaments. I don't know if you've ever experienced torn ligaments and how bad that is.
I've had like stretched ligaments, never torn in the arm. That's mad. But yeah, usually, I mean, the Frank Mir, Tim Sylvia fight, you see a broken arm. Usually the MRI wouldn't show a broken bone. It's the ligaments are torn. You're going to have faster recovery if you break the bone. The ligaments is way worse.
Oh, snap.
Yeah, it's going to take way longer. Excuse me, out
Yeah,
longer.
that sucks.
Good news, no broken bone. I have to do an MRI as soon as I get back into Canada. It feels like a torn ligament. Yeah, that's not good.
Have you ever popped an elbow from like an arm?
I've hyperextended it. Yeah.
Hyperextended?
Yeah, it takes a hot second to come back. Yeah, you'd almost prefer the broken bone. If if it's complete torn ligament, yeah, it's
If it's completely torn. I mean, they still have to get the MRI, but yeah, we'll see what happens.
Depending on how the bone breaks, if it's like a spiral fracture, then you have to do a major surgery. But if it's just like a clean break or a minor break, then I'd much prefer that than a torn ligament.
Yeah, the fights were good. So that Themba guy that The Rock bought a house for, yeah, he's still killing it.
Yep, he did
That was an
work.
awesome
32
TKO.
seconds.
Yeah,
Not a great fight night. This Saturday's fight night's a lot better. The main event's tasty.
for sure. Hermansson versus Pyfer.
Pyfer, yeah.
Yeah,
And even though Piper's not ranked, he's favored in that fight. I would pick him as well. He's a savage.
yeah,
Dan Ige, Andre Fili's a phenomenal
amazing fight. Yeah,
Brad Tavares and the Brazilian RoboCop. Brad's the underdog in that, which is weird. Michael Johnson, Darius Flowers, that's a fun one. Hodolfo and Petrosian, great. The main card's fun. I'll take it all freaking day. This is back at the Apex, huh? People hate the Apex.
I mean, the one good thing about it is it starts earlier usually, which is better for us to watch. So 4 p.m. PST. But yeah, it's not as fun to watch, I don't think.
It sucks for the fighters too.
Some like it.
Yeah, I mean it's easier for the UFC to pull off, right? They
Yeah,
control
they can do it.
everything. It's just easier. But I think like 40% of their fights at the Apex now.
Really?
Yeah.
But I mean, so I would imagine, I mean, it's not a huge card, but you would want ticket sales from a gate too, right? So
I think
Apex is
UFC's
kinda
good.
like-
I think they're like, no, we're good. Because think about it, the production cost is way lower at the Apex. They're not renting a facility. They don't have to have everything's already in place. They're not paying all the production. The hotels, it's in Vegas. They own a ton of hotels, or they have set up there. You have all the medicals, so the cost is so much lower for them.
Yeah, well, there you go.
So I bet it outweighs the price of traveling. 40%. And remember, this was all set up just during COVID lockdowns, so they could keep on keeping on. So you're proud of the UFC that they figured out a way to give us entertainment during lockdowns during COVID when no other league was performing. But then they're the only league that hasn't adapted after the lockdowns are over. They're continuing to do what they did during lockdowns. So it's good and bad. The great thing is they found a way to continue on, and the league kept going, and we got the fights, we got entertainment during COVID. The bad news is they're still doing it. There's no crowd, there's no energy. It doesn't feel like a big fight night,
I heard your boy Joe Rogan always saying like he likes it better because you can hear, everything, and it's just more like,
But he never fought.
I'm saying as a fan,
Like in the
as a fan, if you're there, if you're there,
There's no, I don't give a, I mean, it's a fun thing to say that. You're telling me that you would rather hear the corner and hear the smack of the fist hitting the face opposed to a sold out Madison Square Garden, Conor McGregor walkout, the energy in that freaking arena, it's not even comparable. It's just not. You're talking about apples and oranges. Like, I think for the Dana White Contender Series, that's perfect. It's not as much pressure. You're used to that. It makes sense. Easy production. But for some big main events like Tai Tuivasa, I think they did a main event there. That's insane. Like a heavyweight fight ranked in the top 10. Come on, man. But again, it's just for the UFC, it's easy. From a business aspect, I get it. But I think it sucks for the fighters. No one's going to say that,
most fighters do say that though. They do say like they want the
No, you want to feel like
energy of the crowd.
but you also want to feel like you're in the big leagues. Like, can you imagine the NFL was like, hey, for the Rams game, we're just going to do it at the complex here. We're going to do it at the practice facility. It only seats 300. People are like this. The players are like, this sucks. It feels like a scrimmage. Yeah, it's better for us production value. All right. I'm curious what their views are like on those.
Apex.
Yeah. I wonder if the views are lower too.
I'll take a look in a bit. So during that fight, Dana White was also in Las Vegas. So instead of attending the UFC, he attended the boxing match
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
in Vegas too.
That's how you know he's like, whatever,
Conor Ben
dude.
versus Peter Dodson.
He's like, there's 40 of these. There's only one DAZN boxing match, So, and he wants to get into boxing. So,
But I mean, as a Now he's he's the CEO now, not the president. He's the CEO, right?
But but imagine if you're the fighter, like you want Dana, like
I know that's what
like
I'm
during the
saying.
Ultimate Fighter, if Dana wasn't there, you're so bummed out because you only show up to certain days. And when he was there, like, all right, you gotta put on a show. So if you're one of these fighters on the fight night, like, hey, here's the thing: not only are you not getting the big fight experience, but also Dana went to a boxing match instead. That's how you know it's like it's a fight night.
Yeah.
It's almost like amateur league to the big leagues, you know?
So apparently he's been meeting with Eddie Hearn, and then I saw this. He's meeting Katie Taylor here as well, and then I also saw a post recently where David Feldman from BKFC met up with Dana White, and he posted a big meeting today with Dana White. So he's meeting with all these other, like, I don't know if they're necessarily like, you know, competitors, but he's meeting with these guys that are doing different streams. And
yeah. I mean, Eddie Hearn doesn't need Dana White, you know, and I would think this David Feldman needs Dana, you know, but that's the difference in the meetings.
And you know, Connor's been at the BKFC events like multiple times.
Mike Perry's the face of it. I think it's smart for David because there's no competition there, and it is a different product. I could see them buying or partnering up with Bare Knuckle to bring it to Fight Pass.
Oh, okay.
Because the more content they get, right?
Yeah.
And then also, obviously, the WWE they sold, which is crazy. Was it $5 billion to Netflix? But that's just for one. I think I don't know the difference, but it's for the WWE Raw series, which is one show. So that'd be like the UFC selling just the Apex fights to Netflix for $5 billion, and then the pay-per-views are separate. So they're not getting like WrestleMania on there. They're not getting, you know, the SmackDown or the hell it's called. They're only getting Raw or SmackDown. I forget which one, but they're only getting one of those shows. The rest of them are a different platform. So they're making money elsewhere too. So that'd be like the UFC selling just the fight nights to Netflix for $5 billion, and then the rest of the cards are on another network.
Yeah. So it is Raw.
It's Raw, right? Yeah, booyah. So
for $5 billion.
that's what's interesting because I mean, wrestling does the same things because, you know, they're not like, but just so you guys know, like the NFL, the MLB, the NBA, when they sign like whatever it is, that $20 billion licensing TV deal, that goes back to the players. They get 50% of that because there's no license deal if the players don't play. So for the fighters, like with this lawsuit coming up, I think it's right after UFC 300. One of the arguments should be like, now is the time to do it, fellas. Like, rally the troops if you want. I'm out. I don't have a dog in this fight, but now would be the time to say we're not fighting anymore until we get a percentage of the TV rights, because they're negotiating. The UFC is negotiating right now, probably with Netflix. Netflix wants live sports because that's the future of everything, right? Only live sports gets all the ratings. So Netflix wants it, X wants it, YouTube wants it. Amazon wants it. So all the big dogs want these live sports. UFC is a live sport. So they're negotiating right now. If I'm a big name in the UFC, I'm rallying other big names going, hey, here's our opportunity. Because otherwise we got to wait another 5-6 years, which most of them will be, not competing or in their prime, won't be the same stars. So now would be the time to go, hey guys, now's the time. We pull all the stops and go, no, we're not fighting unless we get a percentage of the TV deal. Because it's going to be billions of dollars. We want a percentage of that goes towards the fighters. That NBA, NFL's 50%, you're not getting 50%. 10% would be a huge increase. You know?
Yeah. You don't think that'll ever happen though, right?
It won't happen,
Yeah.
but I'm just saying now's the time to do it. Now's a perfect opportunity to go, whoa. They're negotiating TV rights. Let's see if we can get a piece of this pie here. They won't do it. But now's the time. Now's the time. While they're negotiating, when the deal's done, you're screwed. Now's the time, because the networks are like, hey, hold on, dude. We're not going to commit to anything until you figure out with these fighters. Sounds like the fighters aren't going to fight unless you give them percentage.
Yeah. So they would all have to somehow come
All
together.
of them. Yeah, which ain't happening.
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
No, it's too difficult. But it's too many moving pieces. But now would be the time to do it more so than ever. While these they're figuring out the TV right deals right now. And maybe it's not, maybe it's just a 10 or 15% increase in everybody's salary across the board. They can do that. But think about it. UFC's going to sell off their TV rights for billions of dollars. The fighters get nothing. Does that seem fair to you?
Nope.
Nope, of course not.
Nope, not at all.
Ain't no way you can do shit, though. It's just an idea. I'll tell you who's doing stuff, though. My friends at O'Reilly. O'Reilly. Bonus points month at O'Reilly Auto Parts. Shop in-store online to receive points and get rewards sent straight to your phone or inbox. Get 2, 3, 4, even 5 times bonus points on select purchases. Receive bonus points on select items throughout the store like wiper blades, antifreeze, coolant, parts cleaner, motor oil, and more. I was just at O'Reilly's this past weekend. Trying to file down this freaking thing on the intake of my Lightning because it doesn't fit. So I'm literally just cutting this metal piece out. I spend hours on it. And apparently my boy Ryan at Kibby Tech has a machine that just can do it in seconds. So that's good to know. But shout out to O'Reilly for getting me the parts. They know exactly what I need. These bonus points can help you get to your next reward even faster. You receive $5 reward for every 150 O reward points to use on your next in-store or online purchase. Members can check points and rewards online anytime you feel. If you are already an O Rewards member and not receiving your rewards, just add an email address or mobile phone number. You get $10 reward for updating your existing account. If you're not an O Rewards member yet, sign up is super easy and quick online at O'ReillyAuto.com or in-store at O'Reilly Auto Parts. O'Reilly.
Progressive.
Back to back. Cool, Chin. This episode of the Schaub Show on this rainy Monday is also brought to you by Progressive Auto Insurance. Hey, y'all, whether you love true crime or comedy, celebrity interviews, news, or even motivational speakers, you call the shots on what's in your podcast queue, right? What you decide to listen to? Guess what? Now you can call the shots on your auto insurance too. Enter the Name Your Price tool from Progressive. The Name Your Price tool puts you in charge of your auto insurance by working just the way it sounds. You tell Progressive how much you want to pay for car insurance. They'll show you a variety of coverages that will fit within your budget, giving you so many options. Now that's something you want to press play on. It's easy to start a quote and you'll be able to choose the best option for you. It's fast. It's just one of the many ways you can save with Progressive Insurance. Quote today at progressive.com to try the Name Your Price tool for yourself. Join the over 28 million drivers who trust Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates, price and coverage match limited by state law. Auto insurance, super important. Dealing with it now. They take forever though. They take their sweet time. We just had a insurance adjuster come look at my truck. Goes, yep, it's totaled. And well, I know. You drove all the way down here for that? We told you that. He goes, yeah, just had to see it with my own peepers. I'm like, cool, man. What now? He goes, I'll go back and I'll report it and then we'll take it from there. I'm like, okay, dude, 3 weeks wait for that? Hell yeah, dude. I can't drive in the rain till you get this figured out. Casey's gonna have to keep picking me up. Pick them up.
Replace your tires without slicks.
Never. I need slicks, Chin, to go fast when it's sunny out.
Okay, well, Sean Brady was supposed to fight Vicente Luque. It was canceled, but then the reason why I bring this up is because remember the other cancellation, or almost cancellation with Dustin Poirier and Benoit Saint Denis. Apparently, Sean Brady said that the contract was actually never really signed, and plus he was injured anyway.
Yeah, he never signed it to do anything. But this is just a tactic by the UFC. They've been doing this since I've been around the game. It's just one of the, you can call it a bullying tactic, a business tactic, however you want to do it. But the UFC will announce the fight without informing the fighter, and they wake up to the news of it. Like Benoit Saint Denis said he woke up in the middle of the night, was like, oh, dang, I'm fighting Dustin Poirier. He had no idea. His wife woke him up. He started laughing. She's like, hey, they just announced your fight. He's like, what? So he was down, obviously, but he didn't know. So this is one of the tactics the UFC will use, just so you guys know how the hot dog's made here. They will do this so it puts the pressure on the fighter. So now if Poirier, Sean Brady, if they pull out, it makes them look bad. So it's just another way the UFC puts pressure on this fight we want. We've already announced it. If you pull out, it's going to look really bad. And most fighters go, I don't want that, and they commit to horrible matchups. So Dustin Poirier, because he's a living legend and has all the credibility, goes, it ain't happening. Unless you back up the Brinks trucks, it's not happening. So there's a dispute on his fee, and they didn't want to pay it. And he's like, all right, well, I never signed this or agreed to it, y'all. So that's why he decided to go public with and go, hold up, never agreed to this. This isn't for sure. I'm not fighting him. And the UFC, then now this is the way it can backfire, but you have to be at a Dustin Poirier, Conor McGregor, Izzy level, Strickland level, where you can go, nope, not agreed until you pay me this. And then the UFC's like, oh, we've already announced it. We better pay him. So this time it backfired on the UFC. They paid Dustin Poirier. Now we get the fight we want to see. But yeah, for Sean Brady's like, dude, I'm not even healthy. This is insane. Why would I?
And it wasn't even signed, so.
Yeah.
I mean, that's something, it seems like a tactic that
They've been doing
does,
it.
yeah.
It's a very Joe Silva way of doing things.
Did they ever make you do that?
They announced, I forget which fight. Might have been they were gonna announce it, and then something happened with him. I was supposed to fight Stefan Struve. And Yep, and I got a call, and they're like, fighting Stefan Struve, and I was like, wait, and they hung up the phone. Like, okay, guess that's happening. And then literally 5 minutes later, something with Struve was happening. I don't know, they call it like, you're fighting Mirko Cro Cop. I was like, oh, that's even better. But I remember I was hitting mitts with my coach like this, because he's so tall. I was like, all right, here we go. We'll figure this out. 7 foot. And then literally, the coach came in and was like, hold on, we just got a call from Dana. You're fighting Cro Cop. I'm like, all right, bring those back down here. Let's work on head kicks. But they do it all the time. It's just a way to put pressure on the fighters so they feel obligated to take the fight. But I don't know what it's going to take for fighters to have, to come together. And like, now's the perfect time. Again,
If everyone
I'm
got
not
together.
saying it. Yeah, I'm not saying it's going to happen. But if the fighters are listening, dudes and ladies, like, now's the time. While they're going through the TV rights, this is when you put your foot in the sand and say, hold up. We know you're negotiating for billions of dollars. We want a piece of it. Otherwise, nobody is fighting. I guarantee you something would get done. I guarantee you'd get more money. Guarantee it. You just would all have to do it. From the first fight on the prelim to the main event, if you all do it, where they can't make money, and then sponsors like, hey, man, you promised this. It puts so much pressure on the UFC. You're going to get some part of that big TV deal.
Yeah, it seems like the big fighters, obviously Conor, John Jones, all those guys, they probably wouldn't do it. But what if everyone underneath them?
No, even them. Why wouldn't Conor do it?
I don't know.
Conor would do it.
Making really
Conor's
good
set.
money.
No, Conor's what? Look what Conor does at the UFC. He gets him by the balls. He does what the hell.
No,
he wants
that's
to
what I'm
do.
saying, like-
that's what I'm saying. He'd be. If I guarantee it, it's on the managers. If every manager in the game called all his fighters, well, here's the deal: we're going for a chunk of this TV deal. It's gonna be billions of dollars. If we can just get 10%, your purse will go up by 10%. You just have to hold their feet to the fire. We're not quitting. They're good. It's gonna get a little rough, but within a month, I guarantee you, we get some sort of money. But everyone has to be on board. So the managers, from the top manager to the lowest level manager, and it gets low in MMA. If all of them do it, the fighter's like, all right. And then the fighters go, that's what manager's saying to do. Put it on the manager. Let Dana hate the managers. Let them be the bad guy. Like managers should be. Like when someone comes to me with a deal, I always go, yeah, let's do it, man. Talk to my manager. My manager will be like, this is a terrible idea. He's the asshole, not me. I say yes to everything. The manager filters it. That's what a manager should do. So for the fighters, we don't know, man. Manager says we're not fighting till you guys figure something out. I want to fight. They're telling me they're not going to negotiate until we get a deal. That's how it should go. But of course, it won't happen.
I mean, it'd be so hard for it to
So
happen,
much
but-
more money for the fighters in the long run. Like if the manager go, hey, your bills and stuff, we'll cover for 2 months while we get this figured out. Because if you think in the grand scheme of things, everyone's gonna make more money in the long run. Everybody, the managers, the fighters, everybody.
That does seem like a good route. Do you know
And for the UFC with their lawsuit, if they go, nah, we just gave them
a bunch of money? Yeah.
portion of the TV deal.
Yeah.
So what are you talking about? It's a win-win for everybody. UFC wouldn't even notice. Whatever. How much? $1 billion? We don't get.
From your experience, do managers usually are they cool with each other? Like if it's a different opponent, just working out a deal, are they usually cool with each
Yeah,
other?
most of them are cool. Yeah.
So that'd be a great route then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You get all the big dog managers in the room, but you're obviously gonna have the scabs,
Scouts.
But then Dana's gonna realize that the brand isn't what he thinks it is. You need the stars. Because Dana's ego right away will like, all right, we'll just get the scabs in there. Guys who wanted to fight, who were foaming at the mouth to fight, get them in, sign them a 6-fight deal. we'll still put on the fight nights. And then they realize, oh no, nobody's tuning in. Then advertisers go, hey man, you promised these ratings. Oh no, they're starting to back out. Oh no, we have to pay them.
Yeah.
Like now's the time, fellas and ladies.
During the negotiations, right? The
Yes,
TV
and it's
rights.
going on right now. And they have to the end of the year. But you don't want to wait till that deal signed. And then like, no, sorry. What I promised we'll do on the next one. In 6 years? If you're 30, okay, I'll be probably done. What are you talking about? Yeah. What else you got?
All right, so this is Jake Paul fighting another person that, honestly, I don't think any of us have even heard of, but he's a tougher dude.
No, I'm
in
pretty
boxing.
familiar with Ryan Berland.
All right, you might be, but I'm saying for the average person, they don't know.
I've seen all his fights. He's had 2-year layoff.
2-year layoff, 17-2.
But Jake Paul, man, say what you want about him. I know he's not fighting Canelo. This guy's this. He's just, dude, he's taking the path. Like he's doing what young fighters should be doing at a boxing level without his fame. Like fighting these unknown, tough guys. For him, like nobody's watching this really. His hardcores are. We won't even watch it here. I mean, I love the kid, but no one's stopping what they're doing and watching this Jake Paul fight this Ryan cat. So would it be easier for him to fight a Mike Perry or a Luke Rockhold or someone in that MMA space where you get the audience and people are tuning in? Of course, he could do that all day. The next 10 fights, he can do that. There's enough MMA retired guys that he could get out of fighting and do that and make way more money, get way more eyeballs. No matter how you feel about Jake Paul, you've got to respect what he's doing.
Absolutely.
He's making less money, tougher fights. Nobody's watching.
Yeah.
He's still putting in the work. It's wild,
That's
right?
dope, dude. That's super dope.
And all he wants, he'll never get it. I told him this in person. He will never get the credit he deserves. Never. He could knock out Canelo tomorrow and still, oh, lucky shot. No one will give him credit. So I don't know what he's going for. I don't know. Maybe I'd love to talk to his manager about like, what's the goal here? What you're doing what a normal boxer would do. You're doing what a boxer who's broke, has another job would do right now. You're going backwards. Like, yeah, we want to make him a legit boxer. Maybe he wants to be ranked, in the WBO, WBCO, whatever it is.
It seems like he legit wants to be considered a real professional boxer, which is so admirable, I think.
It's never happening. I respect him. I think he's a legit boxer. But as far as like the boxing heads giving him validation, that's never happening.
For them to do it.
It's never happening. That's what he wants. Like, dude, it's not happening.
Unless he destroys
I don't know
everybody.
why you care. It's prize fighting. You want to fight guys in that ring and make the most money possible. You want to fight the easiest, most famous opponent. You are doing it perfectly. And all of a sudden, the criticism, oh, you're fighting these washed up. Well, okay. How many millions are you making?
I think with him, though, he's already so successful and he has enough money where I think he is really putting himself to the test, which is admirable. I think it's awesome that he's actually doing this. It's pretty cool. Obviously,
I think it's cool.
He should make more money. That'd be the best route. But if he's doing this, that's pretty badass.
Yeah, good for. No, it's how you don't respect it is wild to me.
Yeah. And that fight is like apparently March 2nd.
It's in Puerto Rico, so that's where he lives.
Mm-hmm.
March
There you
2nd. Okay. Okay. Guy 17-2 pro. Like, okay. Wild. Tough fight for him. The guy's 2 years off. Okay. Still, that's a straight up boxer. That's all that kid does. And all I do is use Happy Hippo. Listen, I only recommend products I use personally on this show. This is one sponsor I reached out to because me and Chin, all we do is use Kratom. We only use it from one trusted source. We're talking about Happy Hippo. I use it all the time. Podcasts, stand-up, workouts, whatever I'm doing. At my kids' baseball games. Your boy's sauced up on Kratom, all right? Helps me tackle my busy-ass schedule. It's the best way to describe it. It's not like an energy drink where you have all this energy. It gets me in the zone. It gets me in a good feeling, good zone feeling. That's what it does for me. My favorite are the highly concentrated shots. They have taffy. They got gummies. They got everything. They got the powders if you just want to mix it with stuff. They got the K-dips where if you want to do it like you use nicotine, you can do that as well. And you can get 20% off. All you got to do is go to Happy Hippo. Promo code is THICC with 3 C's, 24. You get 20% off for life of the best kratom on Mother Planet Earth.
And last one, Kaged.
Oh boy, my favorite supplement ever. Again, I reached out to these cats, turned a lot of people down. I was with another supplement company for literally forever since I was a kid. And then boom, I got hooked on this pre-workout before I was working out. I'm like, what is this? And then one of my buddies was like, they have a mindset as well. I'm like, what's that? They're like, it's like a nootropic with caffeine. It will blow your brains out. Literally will make you feel like you're on the limitless pill. I said, tell me more. Went and physically bought some from GNC. I've been using their products for 6 months before they came on board. They're third-party tested for banned substances, NSF informed sports certified. So if you're in the UFC, if you're in the NFL, you can trust what's in the bottle. You don't have to worry about getting tested. This is the best of the best. No colors or flavors from artificial sources. What's on the label is on the freaking label, period. They have patented key ingredients, never generic alternatives like most supplement companies do. They're pure organic caffeine instead of synthetic caffeine. It's so much better for you. It's a longer buzz as well. My favorite product is the mindset. When you talk about getting focused, you talk about whether you're going in a meeting, you're doing a workout, you just want to not be bored out of your mind talking to your girlfriend, dude, get on that mindset. But the Mindset Elite, it has the gold labeling on it. It is unreal. The pre-workout elites, I'm telling you, dude, I think you're going to lift 100 more pounds. Okay. I can't prove that, but I'm telling you, you're going to be stronger. All right. They work and the science speak for its freaking self. I guarantee you're going to feel a difference when you use Kaged product. They're for you if you're ready to train harder, live healthier, become the strongest version of yourself. All right. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. If you're buying supplements for that stuff, you're stupid. Go to kaged.com. That's KAGED.com. Use the code SCHAUB for 20% off. That means 20% off the pre-workout elite, hydration elite. Their protein powders are ridiculous. Their mindset elite. All that, you get 20% off. Go to KAGED.com. Promo code is SCHAUB for 20% off. I'm telling you, try it. It's a game changer. Kaged.
Nice.
Thanks, Chin.
You're welcome.
Chin, are you excited for the live Firing the Kid?
For Austin, hell yeah, dude. I mean, I'm
We're
always
doing a residency in Austin. Me and Brian Kelly, if you haven't heard, we're doing a live residency. It's one night a month, okay? One night a month. Let's not get crazy. One night. I don't want to travel as much, so this is what we agreed to. It's one night a month, okay? It's at 10 o'clock. It's at the Vulcan, the Step Mothership, Vulcan Gas Company. That's off 6th Street there in Austin, where there's a ton of homeless, okay? But you work your way around them. You'll see the venue. And we're doing a live Firing the Kid podcast. Not stand up with me and Brian, main event, co-main event. No, live podcast. Live Firing the Kid, fan interaction, fan questions. We'll have you submit your questions on the Firing the Kid account. We'll pick our top 10. Then we're doing live questions from the audience. It's going to be a grand old time. One show to start off, one show only, one night. That's February 15th in Austin, Texas. Brian Callen and me live podcast Firing the Kid. Should be a good time. The whole gang will be there. Hopefully, Casey's not sick. Now, here's the stickler. I need you to drive me to Austin, carpool.
I remember going to the first one. This is before I knew you guys. I went to Irvine. It was such a fun time.
You had fun? I'm glad.
I've been there.
That's every guy. You had fun?
Yes,
Hell yeah.
Good. That's good to hear.
Good. Glad you had a good time. Good to see you. Have a good night.
It's a great time.
It is a good time. I can't wait. Me and Brian haven't been together in a hot second. I mean, we did co-headlining at Covina in the Laugh Factory, but as far as like a podcast, just a different vibe.
Yeah.
It's funner because we're together, That's how we started.
Silly goose time.
So we're going back to that. We got a very special guest as well. Big guest. Y'all might know him. I'll say that right now. Y'all might know him. So we'll have special guests there, behind the scenes. It's going to be fun. Me and Brian getting back together, man. It should be fun. It should be a lot of fun. Mixed in with that, your boy is a truck racer. I race trucks. I'm getting ready for the Mint 400. I leave Friday to go test drive the truck they built for me. So it should be interesting. And I did tell them I flipped my DRX. So I need lessons. Not going to lie to you. But yeah, that's second week of March. But I've been rearing up for it, test driving the car. Rigid made this special car, truck, so it should be interesting. I can't wait. My brother's my co-pilot. co-driver. You know the guy who goes right, left. That's gonna be
Dude.
Jay.
Those are freaky when I watch those. Like rally. Those,
That's what
they
we're
look
doing.
so crazy.
It's gonna be about an 8-hour race. I'm gonna shit my pants.
So you're getting trained first, and then you're gonna race. Or you're
I've
just
been
going for it?
training. Yeah,
Oh,
I've been
okay.
training. Yeah.
Well,
I just don't tell you guys.
Good luck.
Yeah, I know.
That looks insane. Okay.
It should be fun. What's this?
So
Rampage Jackson announces boxing debut against former heavyweight champion Shannon Briggs. About time.
yeah, they've been talking
Rampage
back
been
and forth.
going for this forever.
And they're also kind of like homies, but they've been
They're
wanting to box
friends.
each other. Yeah.
Yeah.
So apparently that contract is signed. That's the video. It's not a big deal, but yeah.
When is it? I
I don't think they actually gave a date.
I love Rampage. I can't wait for that.
Oh, never mind. Hold on. June 1st.
Okay, we had some time. I love this from Kayla Harrison. She goes, I don't believe in cutting weight. When I saw, I'm like, oh, that's not good. She has a lot of weight to cut. But she doesn't. She walks around, like, even when she was competing at 145, she walked around like 150-ish. Like, she just lives that life. When I found that, I'm like, I feel a little better about her fight against Holly Holm because she's going to be walking around like 140-ish, you know? She's going to have to cut the last few pounds, but
That's good. When I saw her, I was like, oh my God. She's so
she's the
jacked.
Brock Lesnar of
Yeah,
female
yeah.
MMA, yeah.
Well, that's good then.
Yeah, I'm rooting for her, man. I'm a big fan.
Oh, I think even with that that fight, I think Holly Holm said if Kayla doesn't make weight, that she most likely won't fight. So hopefully Kayla does make weight.
No, I wouldn't either if I'm Holly. You know, if she comes in like 15 pounds over, you're
Just
like, hey,
jacked.
man.
Yeah. We talked about this before where Jim Miller really wants for the UFC 300 fight for him.
Bruce said he's down
Yeah.
if the UFC officials sanction it. UFC's like, hey, man, we're more high class than that. We can't have you cuss in the octagon. It's like, hey, dude, it's cage fighting. Also, you guys do slap fighting. Let him say the F word. Right?
Yeah, I mean, that's such a special occasion for someone like,
UFC 300,
Jim
you
Miller.
got to.
yeah. So that's what I saw online. And this is from champ.rds. And it's from John Morgan, apparently.
This comment, this girl goes, I don't think people really care all that much.
Come on, dude.
You're casual. It's everything, dumbass.
That should be the title of the episode.
You're a casual. It's everything, you dumbass.
Kevin Lee. He's
Hell
been
yeah.
retired for 6 months. He's saying he wants to come back.
You got bored.
Yeah.
I'm coming out of retirement. I'll fight MMA again. I don't know when, where, who yet, but I'm dropping weight and getting into shape now. I'm going to get in the best shape of my life. Focus right now. It's been 6 months since I retired. I miss being around the sport. Yeah, that'll do it, dude. The heart grows fonder.
It does,
my
but
dad
not for
always
you, though,
says.
right?
What?
It's not for you, though.
I will fight you right now, Jim.
You don't want to go back in, right?
No.
Yeah.
But I have a lot going. Like Kevin Lee is such a talent, and he has potential to be world champ. He's still young. I have other ways to put my energy into things. You know.
Yes.
I'm racing trucks, Chin. I don't have time to
3,000
fight, bro.
podcasts, racing trucks. Yeah, you lost.
I got kids. I got stand up. I got podcasts. I got a lot going on. We didn't even talk about it because I was having issues with my baby daughter. I'm the commentator for Game Bread.
Oh,
Bare
snap,
Knuckle,
yeah. And your first show
For sure. Coming up.
in March, right?
I think it's March. Yeah, March is busy.
That's gonna be dope, dude.
Yeah, it should be fun.
What was I gonna say? Oh, that Kevin Lee's brother. Who would have known? You know, Keith Lee, who is also a fighter. I think he fought in Bellator, maybe, or something like that. But he became this enormous superstar, like on TikTok, doing food reviews.
Keith Lee did?
Keith Lee, that's
Really?
Kevin Lee's brother.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, huge superstar on TikTok.
You never know, man. You never know.
So Chamatkar Sandhu posted this picture of Nick Diaz. I don't know where this is. Maybe at the UFC. But
It's at the Apex, yeah.
It's at the Apex. But then a lot
It's
of
at
fans.
the Apex says nobody's there.
So that could be it. But a lot of fans are commenting on this specific thing on his hand and saying like he has staph.
Could be staph or got bit by a homeless guy.
And he's looking, I don't know, what do you think, man? He looks
You know what I
lean.
think, Chin.
He looks kind of lean.
rough. He looks rough. Who knows? Maybe he just rolled up and was like, what is this? And they're like, it's a fight. He's like, at the Apex? We're like, yeah, come on in. He's like, all right, my hand's has an open wound, but I'll check it out. You know? He's also a fighter. Like, he's had a rough life, man.
Yeah.
Don't be mean to him. Who knows what he's
we're
dealing
not
with?
being mean to
No,
him.
I know you're trying to bully him right now, and I don't appreciate
Not
it.
at all. Not at all.
I don't think he's fighting GSP after seeing this picture.
I mean, I don't think GSP wants to fight him.
That's what he says. That's what he keeps saying. Fake news.
I just want your thoughts on this. Daniel Cormier said if the UFC, this is, by the way, this is just like, who knows if this ever happens, but if the UFC ever made a 165 division, Conor McGregor should be in there for the title.
No, I know what this is. DC's like me. You're a content creator, and it's a slow week, so you come up with shit like this. That's what I do with GSP fighting Nick Diaz. I was like, I have nothing to talk about. Check this out. That's all.
It is kind of a slow week. There's no doubt about that at all.
That's all it is. But yeah, Conor 165 would be amazing. They should definitely
immediate title.
100%.
All right.
Fight for the title. And then we're still waiting on the news. If you're a UFC fan, Dana says the 300 main event's going to blow your mind. The card's going to blow your mind. Nothing he's announced yet has blown our mind. And he knows that. That dude has his ear to the ground. Even though he can't hear that well, he has his ear to the ground, So I'm wondering what the fight's going to be. The rumor is, and pretty good rumor here, and this is what the kids are saying around the cooler. It's Alex Pereira versus our boy Tom Aspinall for the heavyweight championship. And Alex is going to go for the only 3-belt champion, 3-division champion. You're telling me that's not tasty? That would blow my mind.
Yeah, that would.
Yeah.
If Dana's trying to get me to bust, that will do it. Mm-hmm. You feel me? It'd be tough. And I love Tommy Aspinall. I love fellow Englishman. I love Tommy. He's one of my favorites, if not definitely favorite heavyweight. I love Tom. But a part of me is really rooting for Alex to be the first ever 3-division champion. It will never be done again. You're witnessing history. That's not UFC 300 worthy.
Yeah.
That'll blow your mind.
And as much as we love
that will twist your dick in a knot.
Even if it was Stylebender versus Dricus,
that doesn't do it.
No.
They've announced that. Remember that fight was supposed to happen? We went, all right.
Yeah.
If it's Strickland Duplessis again, that didn't blow our mind. We're like, okay.
This would blow our mind.
This would blow your mind. If he announced, hear me out here. If you want to bust your nut, if Dana wants to blow you off, right? Blow your mind. If he announced Alex Pereira, Tom Aspinall 300, you did it, daddy. And then if he went also Conor McGregor, Leon Edwards.
What?
Why not?
Yeah. All right. I mean,
you want your mind blown, that would do it.
Yeah.
Anything with Conor for case.
And me.
Yeah,
but dude, Conor, Leon?
Yeah.
It ain't right to do to our boy Bilal. It's messed up. I'm not saying that. But I'm here to make money. I'm here to get views. Conor, Leon, Tommy, Aspinall, Alex Pereira. Main event, co-main event. Mind blown.
Would Conor do a co?
Good question.
I don't think he would do a co.
He wouldn't. So you would do Conor, Leon Edwards, Tommy Aspinall, and Alex Pereira. And Chin just rammed his teeth onto the mic. That's how crazy it is.
Yeah.
You rammed your teeth onto the mic. That would do it. Name another fight I can mention where you'll ram your teeth onto your mic.
No, Alex and Tom, without a doubt.
But that's co-main event. You announce Conor, Leon?
Wait, so that would also make Conor a triple champ.
No.
So it's
my God.
I'm losing all energy.
Double triple champs.
You in the main event, co-main event, you have 2 gentlemen, and they're going to be big underdogs. But if they pull it off, you have for the first time ever 2 triple crown champions.
Yep.
That would blow your mind. Mm-hmm. You're welcome, UFC. I'm sick of running the marketing team. Insane, right?
Yeah.
Just take my money, right?
Yeah.
You would do it.
Absolutely.
Chin, you would do it.
100%.
Yeah.
Double, triple champ.
Triple champ.
300.
Will never happen again. Will never, ever happen again. It'd be historic. You have 2 guys, but the chance of them winning is not good.
Don't worry about that.
Yeah, but we're not worried about that. Yeah. It were just the possibilities there.
Yeah.
That's your UFC 300 main event, co-main event. It's happening. Did I start it here? I don't know, dude. But UFC, you're welcome.
That would be incredible.
That's it. If you want to blow your mind, those are the only fights you can make. The only fights UFC can make for UFC 300 to knock our dicks in the dirt is Tommy Aspinall, Alex Pereira, co-main event. Conor, Leon Edwards, main event. And then think about the rest of the card. It's tasty. Rest of the card, like, dude, this thing's fun, but it's not mind-blowing. Mm-hmm. You have those 2 and that insane lineup, That's UFC 300 worthy. Name 2 other fights they can make that would actually complete that. You can't? No. You're going to Wiki?
Yeah, I'm just seeing what's there so far. But the computer's very slow right now.
Right now, there's nothing where you're like, oh, I have to see it. It's good.
It's really good.
It's tasty. But they've also been giving us crap lately. But this is so tasty, dude. So good. Now imagine you're staring at your screen right now, Chin, in those weird glasses, and pop up co-main event, main event. Because right now you don't have a co or main.
Yeah.
Right now you have that's a fun card. But you want UFC 300 worthy? Dude, 2 guys going for Triple Crown champions. UFC 300. You think the 3's just a coincidence?
Oh, wow.
Okay.
See where you're going.
See where I'm going? Mm-hmm. See where I'm going? See where I'm going? You guys like it? You buying this? If you're in the meeting room right now, are you going? If you're Dana, are you going? I like it. Mm-hmm. We'll do it. We'll do it. Are you doing it, Chen?
I'm doing it. As long as they do it, they got to do it.
Yes, they do it again. Right? It's tasty. That's your UFC 300 main event, co-main event. You're welcome. That's the end of the show. That's it.
All right, good.
I can't beat that.
And Fighting the Kid Live, Austin.
Yeah, that's right. I'm glad you brought that up.
Yeah.
Speaking of Triple Crown champions, Fighting the Kid is back together. It's a live pod in Austin, Texas at the Step Mothership, the Vulcan. It's Brian Cal and myself, one show only, 10 p.m., February 15th. It's a Thursday night. Let's get weird, Austin. Tickets at fatkz.com. All right, kids? Love you. Let's sell this bitch out. Find the Kid. Army. Let's ride. UFC 300. Triple champion. 3. Not a coincidence. It's happening. You're welcome. Like, subscribe. Love you guys. I'm out.